The company manual just started doing the work. Cloudflare released an open-source system today called Cloudflare OS. And the interesting part is not the name. It is the possibility that one quiet operator can turn a repeated request into a private workspace, then a document, then a small application, then a scheduled workflow, without assembling a committee for every step. Cloudflare says it gave the first version to every employee in May. Thousands of people now use it. Thousands of people across engineering and non-engineering functions now use it to create documents and slides. They use it to automate repeatable tasks and build small applications that visualize data. Today, any organization can deploy the new version into its own Cloudflare account and connect internal systems. But this one exposes a useful design question. What if the reusable unit of work is not a prompt, a chat, or a ticket? What if it is a small, governed tool that remembers how your organization actually works? The old way begins with translation. Someone asks for a report. You explain which table is trusted, what 3 internal acronyms mean, which customer field is misleading, and why last quarter's dashboard should not be copied. Next week, another person repeats the same explanation in a fresh chat. The quiet employee becomes a human bridge, a bridge between company context, software, permissions, and people who keep asking where the answer lives. Cloudflare OS is built around a different starting point. Each workspace comes with context and skills curated by the organization. When one person finds the best way to perform recurring work, everyone can reuse those instructions. A conversation can produce research, a document, a slide deck, a spreadsheet, an application, or a workflow. The relief is not automatic genius. It is fewer ceremonies between knowing the process and giving that process a durable shape. Start with a narrow private workflow. Imagine you review customer issues every Friday and turn them into a 2-page product brief. In Cloudflare OS, the workspace can use company context plus resources you explicitly make available. The agent can write code to search, filter, join, and analyze information instead of dumping an entire database into a model window. It can create a document that remains connected to live sources and can still be exported to Google Drive. If a document is too flat, the agent can build an application with its own interface, logic, and durable state. Cloudflare says each application includes browser code, server code, an API, and its own SQLite database. It runs as an isolated worker rather than requiring a dedicated server. It is working software, private by default, shaped around one person's job. Your Friday ritual can become a small issue review application with filters, notes, decisions, and a button that generates the brief. You are turning the ritual into a tool. Then remove the parts that do not require judgment. Cloudflare makes a sharp distinction between a session and a workflow. Many jobs are a known sequence, with 1 or 2 places where a model is useful. Fetch the new issues, remove duplicates, group them by product area, calculate counts, then ask a model to summarize the unusual clusters. Code handles the predictable steps. The model handles the fuzzy step. The workflow can run when you ask, on a schedule, or when an event occurs. You do not need to stay online, watch a chat think, and paste the result. The application can do the stable work while you are absent, then present the uncertain decisions when you return. That is what async automation should feel like. Not a robot coworker, but a prepared desk with the evidence already sorted. The security model is the part worth slowing down for. Useful workplace agents need access, and the easiest shortcut is handing them broad API keys. In Cloudflare OS, agents and applications begin with no access. A gatekeeper can grant a narrow resource instead. One GitHub repository, issues but not source code, masked fields, rate limits, or approval before merging a pull request. The gatekeeper holds credentials, applies policy, records what the agent read, and mediates actions with external consequences. More unusually, policy follows what the agent has observed. If an agent reads a sensitive warehouse table and builds a dashboard, sharing the dashboard cannot quietly become a route around the original permissions. Cloudflare says the system records observed resources. It checks a viewer's access before opening the workspace or output. Sensitive reads can also block outbound requests or new collaborators. Sharing is also designed around reuse, without accidental inheritance. You can share the live application, or share a blueprint so someone creates an independent copy. A blueprint includes code, but not the original data, conversation history, credentials, or connected resources. The copy starts clean. That detail turns a personal workflow into a library, without turning every prototype into a feature request queue. Someone can modify their copy with AI instead of asking you. Cloudflare says applications can expose the same server methods to people and agents. If you build a tool, an agent can use it. It is to package a good method so other people can adapt it. That is quiet leverage rather than invisible support labor. There are real caveats. Cloudflare OS is available today as open source code and a starter deployment, not a polished universal desktop operating system. Your organization still has to deploy it, curate context and skills, connect systems, define gatekeepers, and decide which models people may use. Cloudflare's managed dashboard product, development containers, and Slack workspaces are described as future work. Any platform that can generate connected applications creates review work around quality, maintainability, permissions, and cost. Cloudflare routes inference through AI Gateway, so administrators can choose models, attribute requests, set budgets, and apply rate limits. The honest verdict is, not install this everywhere tomorrow. It is test one recurring process where the inputs, permissions, expected output, and human decision are already clear. Pick a task you perform at least weekly, one that currently ends in a document or spreadsheet and steals 2 hours of quiet focus. Write the trusted sources, the deterministic steps, the one judgment call, and the people allowed to see the result. Build the smallest workspace that can research the sources and produce the draft. If the output needs interaction, let the workspace create a private application. Put a gatekeeper between that application and every internal system. Run it manually 3 times before scheduling anything. Compare time saved, corrections required, model cost, and permission surprises. Then, share a blueprint with one person and watch whether they can adapt it without messaging you. Cloudflare OS is compelling because it treats that missing context, not raw model intelligence, as the real bottleneck. You need a system that can preserve your method, enforce its boundaries, and keep working after you close the chat. The introvert gain is simple. Your best process becomes reusable without turning you into its permanent help desk or scheduling another meeting.